I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to really feel sorry for Pinky and this RTM situation because it's really got him talking to himself and admitting things on the internet that he shouldn't really be admitting. And he's definitely glitching at this point. Watch this clip.
Time you lot go mad and say madnesses, he's just nudging me like, yo, Pinks, got it? What? I'm like, tap me in, tap me in. He's just like, I'm like, bro, relax. Bro. He's like, tap me in, like, we're talking. Don't make me tap him in. Don't make me tap him in because it's dark. It's dark. Talk about these little fraggle house MCs like you're even what? On the level of badness and wickedness. Who have you ever put in the ground? Anyway, oh shit, I'm going mad. I'm glitching.
So guys, we need to talk about this whole Pinky situation because I ain't gonna lie, this is just getting really pathetic at this point. Like, he's going around on these different podcasts talking about RTM. It's like different surviving RTM episodes. And then he says he's gonna do his own podcast where he's also gonna talk about RTM. It's like he just doesn't want to give it a break or a rest. And he knows that this is the program that actually gave him some clout. Without it, he wouldn't be anywhere or, wouldn't be known except for, in Walthamstow and be a general known there. But now to the whole world, he's just a chief and he's been doing this himself. He's said that this is part of his business plan, his idea, to be a different person. And we're going to dissect all of these statements that he's made of recent because it doesn't really add up and make any sense. But I'm going to show you this first clip because you need to get some context to how he's trying to make us feel in this Bobby interview. I'm not sure if he wants us to be emotional or sad for him, or hope that we're going to talk to young Spray about the situation, because at the end of the day, I can understand why Chronik is vexed, because you know what? I wouldn't want someone talking about my baby mother or my daughter either, and especially not with someone who, he knows that he's got a problem with.
Co-host now, this is my chance to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? This is my chance to learn the game from the inside out. So I do know how powerful and influential the show is. It was a great opportunity. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Definitely took offense to how I got spoken to sometimes.
So as you can see, it's like Pinky's trying to give this effect of a broken up girlfriend or, a divorced wife. It's just so sad to see how, like RTM has affected him in such a way that he feels, lost without it. He doesn't know what to do. So now he's starting up his own podcast, which is going to talk about RTM because, he can't do anything not RTM related. Now, the thing is, this is how the whole setting is throughout the whole context of this interview. It's just an emotional plea, and I'm not sure if he thinks he's got any chance. We've got more chance of seeing Justo as a co-host than we have of Pinky ever coming back to the show at this point, because the way he has gone on with Chronik and the latest stuff with him talking with somebody else who tried to diss Chronik's daughter or something like that has made this situation probably even worse at this point. And Pinky doesn't want to stop. But listen to the rest of this clip because there is more that he has to say.
I've never been perceived as somebody soft, as an idiot, as a pussy, or none of that. Like, if you watch my previous videos and you read those comments, you might hear a man say, "Oh, Pinky, when we see him, it's that," or yeah, or they might throw up their set. But nobody's not gonna tell you I'm an idiot or I'm a. Do you know what I mean? It was mad for my little brother even seeing people talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even see my pop shout at me. So do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, I don't even think he's seen anybody in my family shout at me. It wasn't so much the comments because, like, obviously I don't want no one to approach me thinking something that they shouldn't be thinking, because you're gonna get the wrong type of reaction. Do you know what I mean? It's probably not gonna work out for you. But I'd rather not, because then it might not work out for me too, because I might have to go sit down a little bit. It's when people in my normal life was very offended by certain things. And when I was offended by certain things, because something could happen on the show and I could phone Spray about it after the show and pinpoint, like, bro, why would you say that? Why would you boo woo? Why would you woo woo? Do you know what I mean? And then by the time the show comes out, even though me and him's ashed it out, now I've got to relive it. I've had days when, like, my phone's non-stop popping. I wake up kind of late. I could wake up with 30 missed calls and look at the names and know what every single one of them persons are going to say.
One thing that's amazing and you have to admire about Pinky is he manages to bring up irrelevant subjects and try to make them relevant with situations that they have no reason to be relevant with. Like, I don't understand. His brother has never heard him be shouted at by a family member or his dad. So now seeing him being shouted on the RTM show is just a shock. And then he has this revelation that people even from jail have seen this embarrassing thing that is going on, and he just can't stick up for himself. And it's like it's just an overgoing cycle. And even down to the fact that his family members are calling him up, his friends, family members have left 30 missed calls on him as he's gone to sleep and woken up to this. And he knows exactly what they're going to say to him. And he's tried to speak to Young Spray about this situation, but all Young Spray does is paw him off, pat him on the head, and say, "Don't worry, bro," and still releases the episode, which I can understand this traumatic experience. But then when you listen to him on The Sinners, he's just like, I don't know what he's trying to do, if he's trying to sound tough, or he just wants to give off that vibe and wants to be a man in front of these people. But he always has to emphasize that he'll end up going jail if anyone comes near him. And this guy who's roughly no taller than 5'10", and that might even be pushing it, is somehow scary, which we all know he isn't.
The other day I was on TikTok, some little youths are hopped on Chron's TikTok, and they talking smack, talking about, oh yeah, man will see Pinky, man will take his rollie, These youths are 19. I've been rocking rollies before they was born. Let's have that right, and no one ain't took one off my wrist yet. You get what I'm saying?
So why would that?
And I'd be rocking them in jail too.
Sorry to butt in, but he just had to add the fact that he, rocks his rollies in jail, as if say that is an award or medal. But let's carry on anyway.
Why would that change now then?
No. But what I'm saying to you is this. Let me explain it to you. It's not impossible for man to take my rollie off me.
There's more opportunity. They're thinking.
So what I'm trying to say to you is, bro, a group of youths could see man and might think, nah, you know what? That's the man from da-da-da. That's food now. You know what I'm saying to you? And I might have to do a madness. Yeah. Because I would do a madness.
So guess what though?
Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Guess what?
Go on.
When you're on the internet, you're on the biggest show. Yeah. You're probably going to be looked at like food anyway, regardless.
No, but it's different. It's different. You're spinning the thing, bro. Let me tell you something, Speedy. Let me tell you something, Speedy. Let me word it to you another way. Yeah. You see, my whole life, yeah. Yeah. I've had people phone me about bare stuff, like bare stuff. You know what I'm saying to you? I've had people phone me because I'm getting too mad out in these streets. And when I used to ride my bike, I used to go on the pavement. People thought, blood, stop doing it. I crashed a couple times to the point where I don't ride bikes because everybody was onto me. Even my dad, my family. Do you get it? Yeah. Do you know what? People have never ever phoned my phone and said, "Bro, you looking soft, Blood, you looking like an idiot, Blood, why are you taking bad up, Yeah. I've all now 37 years of living.
Like I said already, Pinky has this amazing trait where he just makes absolutely zero sense. Yeah, how are you talking about the fact that people used to call you up about riding your bike on the pavement because you used to crash it so much, and act like that is relevant to any of the subjects that we're talking about? Like, it's just amazes me the sort of issues that he brings forward, or ideas, or situations, should I say, that he brings forward and tries to make it relevant to the situation. But on the Bobby interview, you're actually talking about the fact that your family members have left you 30 missed calls between all of them to say how you are basically being badded on the show. Now, the thing is, obviously, this is Pinky. So Pinky's going to have an explanation for why he allowed this to go on, and why and the thing is, this is what annoys me. It's like he acts like he wasn't and says he wasn't. But then in the Bobby interview, he then talks like he has, and how it's just changed everything for him, kind of thing. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. It's not our fault that you have subjected yourself to being the #1 chief of RTM. You allowed that, and you knew why you was taking that position. Like, watch this clip, for example.
Compassionate or understanding that could be. So I was there to try and kind of get that across, and I'm aware that I'm going to try and start my own stuff, and I don't want to scare off sponsors or scare off certain deals. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you can scare away the money. You know what I'm saying? You can scare away the money by coming across a certain way, and I was very conscious of that. So, and a lot of people that would be commenting, and saying stuff, I understand, first of all, none of them know me. Because people that know me, we was just on the way here today, and I got a phone call. Blood, I don't like the way man are making you look. I was there, told you know what I'm saying? Yeah, blood, don't know, man. I get these phone calls every day from different people. I had 2 phone calls from 2 lifers the other day about my crash out on YouTube, about slapping it like, bro, like, you've done 2 sentences while we've been here, bro. I still got to do 2 of them sentences on top of that. You want to be here with us? Like, blood, stop, like, stay on you ain't got to prove nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? But all the people in the comments, I understand, a lot of them ain't business people. A lot of them, they just want entertainment. And he's bad. He's bad people. We've heard about him. He's supposed to not have this. They don't understand where I'm trying to go with it, and why I don't need to, do you know what I'm saying? Because Spray or Chrono, they don't talk to me anyhow in real life. They've never raised their voice to me on the phone in real life or in person.
Now, I don't know if Pinky's trying to be smart with this statement because he knows Chronik never speaks to him, over the phone, only on TikTok Live, but he definitely raises his voice to you outside of that studio. Like, just for example, this clip.
When you heard me cuss her kids.
You keep doing. I'm gonna tell you.
Stand
I'm
on your
gonna tell
point
you.
that you said. Tell me
Stop
when you
trying
heard
to
me cuss
tell
her
me
kids.
how to talk when I'm talking.
No, because you keep saying stuff and not actually proving the point.
Listen.
So now, secondly, he talks about the fact that, he's actually got so chiefed up, like, in these situations and been made to look like an idiot that he's got people who are spending life in jail calling him and saying they wouldn't have it. And they're not even on the outside. So it doesn't even make sense because they would literally try their best to break out of jail to deal with Young Spray, even if that means they get more time. But they're seeing Pinky out there and they're just calling him up and actually telling him, because, they're lifers, they're saying, do you know what, Pinky, as much as we would do that, we don't think you should do that. We don't understand why you're being spoken to like that. But, just calm down and be, allow Young Spray to treat you like a chief just a bit longer. I don't understand what this conversation is. Like, this is what I'm trying to say about Pinky. He wants us to feel sympathetic for him, but then at the same time can come out with comments like this and think, for this clip, for example, and think that it's cool and it's gangster and it's what street dudes does. And then he gives this ideology, and this is what I'm keep saying. I understand why Pinky was sacked.
Oh my God, cool. This is a good one.
Go on.
Bearing in mind, I was a lot younger then, innit? You get what I'm saying? And I was an angry kid. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
Like Nado.
And
we don't judge.
Yeah, blood. There's layers to this, So there's a youth. There's a youth. Yeah, man, don't fuck with like that, innit? Yeah. Man's clocked his motor, innit? Yeah. Boom. Man's onto his motor. Yeah. Man's blocked in his motor. Yeah. We're thinking he's inside. He ain't inside. Yeah. It's his mar. Yeah. Inside, innit?
So you've gone in the yard and his Mars in there.
Nah, bro. It's a whip. It's a car, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've blocked in the car.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
Got his mum's in the car, innit?
Oh, his mom's in there, but you think it's
Bro,
his?
It is his car.
She's
She's driving.
She's driving. Yeah.
Certain man enjoying this.
Bro. Somebody, that I was with, dragged her out the car by her dreads, bro, through the window. And then we just got in that bitch. Just, I ended up having to see her again. And
Oh, you dragged her up again. Oh.
No. It was at like the grandson's party and that.
Oh,
and I was so tense.
God.
Yeah. All the uncles, cousins, everybody in there. You get what I'm saying to you? I'm just in there, just in the corner, cock up. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not naked. Yeah, because I'm not naked, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's that type of shit I was on, yes, like, bro, I ain't got a mom, so you can't get mine, so.
Now, this is just so weird because, like I said already, Pinky said in one clip on the Bobby interview that he's trying to protect his image, right? He doesn't want to be seen as like this weird guy. But then on another podcast comes out with a comment like that. It starts off with saying, yeah, this is great. And then proceeds to justify it by saying, my mum wasn't touchable, so I would touch a next man's mum. Like, what kind of weird conversation is this? And then the Sinners podcast just sit there and lap it up and just, yeah. And just those there. And everyone's promoting it. The only person who actually, looks at him in the strangest way is Annie. Like, she is disgusted by this comment. She is annoyed. She thinks, how uncool is this guy? But, Annie's still going to stick there and she's just going to be in the mix-up because that's what Annie does. And I'll show you that in later clips. But that's just a reference for this one. It's just so weird how everyone's energy is in this situation. Now, for this next clip, you're going to see Annie or Anna being more vocal than she was on the RTM show, being Young Spray's token black girl. And it's just so weird, these lot's energy. Like,
did you tell him that we were coming here today?
Oh, wait, what did you say, Annie?
Did you tell him we were coming here today?
What, you have to tell Daddy that we was coming?
You told him we were coming.
Why
did you tell him we were coming here today?
I think he might
You're just snitching to your dad.
This is what's going on.
You're snitching to your dad. Like.
His dad is
Young Spray. His son right here has to report to his dad.
Spray's my dad.
Every single one of them is just giving off this female energy. Just female, that little gossip girl, bitter sort of energy that they're giving towards RTM, acting like they don't all not like Young Spray and have an issue with him, but they're going to call, Speedy his son because they feel like antagonizing or, obviously it's a joke, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, this joke is made in haste because all of these guys have no good relationship with Young Spray. And this brings me on to the point where Justo is trying to big up Big Mac and this podcast and say that they pay, a certain amount, but then listen to the logistics, what he's trying to say behind this, and tell me if you honestly think it makes any sense what he's actually saying.
Making money.
Fat Mac pays, yeah?
Listen, Fat Mac pays, and let me show you something. And every guest that comes on Fat Mac
Google
show,
Fat
you get free item of clothes as well. Big up Fat Mac.
Nah, listen.
Big up maximum profit.
No, listen.
Big up maximum profit because
Listen
I'm in
to
that
what I'm
fly.
saying.
Profit right now.
Come on.
Nah, but listen.
We're not even big in the game. We're not even big in
Fat
the
Mac.
game.
Fat Mac, how much you paying? How much is he paying?
Bro, he pays, but watch this.
That was
but
his
watch
one.
this,
How much
though.
he paying?
His brand, didn't it?
Are you ready for this? Remember, we just started.
Yeah.
We're getting 5 bills.
Saying that's fat
We're getting 5 bills a show.
5 bills a show. Oh, Justo's chatting rubbish.
What? I ain't lying, but let me.
Alright, he's playing
but I'm
smart.
gonna be, no. I'm gonna be real.
He's
though.
playing smart.
No, we get 5
This
bills,
is getting
but
clipped.
Listen to me.
Oh my
5 bills
God.
a show.
Oh my God. I want somebody next time I come.
Listen to me. We get paid 5 bills a show, but you know what we do?
Yeah.
We don't take it because we push it right back into the show.
So guys, do you know what really annoyed me about this clip? Couple things. One thing is the way Pinky is just moving like such a cheerleader and a fanboy, and it's just so weird. He's just out here with his pom-poms, waving them about, saying, ooh, I'm in maximum profit, like, wow, look at me. And then Justo's there like, yeah, we're not even big in the game, and then he proceeds to make this. Do you know, let's just look at this Pinky laugh, because when Justo says they pay £500, yeah, it's like, oh, Pinky, look at this.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I want somebody next time I come.
Listen to me.
Like, he instantly breaks out into this stupid fake laugh. And the fact is that Justo is trying to convince us that he, makes £500 per podcast, puts it back in, makes the same £500, puts it back in. So basically, Big Mac is showing you the same £500 each time and put it back in. Like, did he understand this statement, or did he just say it thinking it sounded cool? And then, I don't even think he would have rehashed this and thought anything of it, but I did. And I thought, do you know what? You lot clearly don't know business, which brings me on to Pinky's last point of this series or this episode, yeah? And this shows me that Pinky just has no idea what he's talking about half the time, and just, I don't know if he just makes up statements off the top of his head.
I've employed a lot of people, yeah? I normally employ people on a percentage base, yeah? And I'm going to explain to you why I do that, yeah? Because I'm a smart businessman, yeah? And I want to keep my good employees.
Now, honestly, I had to stop it right there for a minute, because Pinky, I don't understand what you're talking about, because clearly, like he said, he's never had a job, but obviously certain things like this, it's just hard to understand. So let me break it down. If you get a normal job, let's say, at like EE, do they turn around and say to you, we're not going to give you a salary, we're going to give you a percentage of the business because, you're a good employee, so we want you, like, bruv, just stop the nonsense. Now, this whole statement is in regards to basically Young Spray's podcast and how, he feels that it should be run by Young Spray.
If you've got lines and you send kids OT and you tell them, which is probably what some people used to do, and you tell them, I'm going to pay you 7 bills a week. Then when they come back, you say, oh, blood, like, wait, is this, I got to hurry up, but take a look of 3 bills, yeah? And I got runners, and they got OT, and they make a bag a week, and we're in the same team. You see, when my runners speak to your runners, and they tell them what they're getting, guess what your runners are going to do? They're going to become my runners. The good ones, at least. I can't then complain and bitch and say, oh, people are using... Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Is, say again, I say to you, Bobby, yeah, you're on... Say my line's making a bag a day, and I say to you, you're on a bill a day, yeah? Then guess what? You might not get up that early to lick the shots. You're on a bill a day anyway. You might not stay up that late to lick the shots. You are on a bill anyway. Matter of fact, you might want my line to do 8 bills a day, because that, a bag a day is like an extra 2 hours. You don't want to do that. But if I tell you, yeah, that you're getting 10% of the line, yeah, and you can see what the line's making, even after you've made your bill, you might want to make another 5 bills because I'm another Pinky for you. Because I'm fucking smart. I understand shit. That's why I've kept my runners for years when I was about. That's why Barry and my runners are successful people today. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Now, if you can't understand that as a businessman, respectfully, you're a boss.
The thing is, we just got to call this pinky brain rot and move on, because at the end of the day, he has nothing valuable to actually say. Unlike Chronik, who can come up with some weird statements sometimes, and I don't think he even means to do it, but sometimes Pinky really, the majority of the time, just chats a load of nonsense. Like, at the end of the day, what boss actually tells you you're going to get a percentage of their business? They will pay you a salary which they think suits them, and if they can't pay you a salary, they don't pay you. I don't understand this whole argument of trying to say that he should deserves a percentage of a podcast. It's like Delusional at its finest, or Delusion at its finest. But guys, at that, I'm gonna leave it there, and we can just have our different opinions on Pinky, but all I'm trying to say is that he by no means is a victim, and he's done this to himself. If this is humiliation ritual, I don't know, but hopefully his podcast can do something, because at the moment I really think he's just using up all of his sauce. And after the RTM hype situation has died down, no one's gonna really care about what he's got to say. But guys, I hope you like this. Share, subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one.